Hello, people of the internet. My name is Vaatia. And I'm back with another video. I know for the last 4 weeks I haven't been around to upload, but to be honest, I was just really caught up in between stress, trying to get projects finished, and personal life issues. And for a long time, I wasn't able to make my brain work to just make videos. But now, I'm feeling a lot better, and I miss making videos for you guys. So I figured, why not do another Have You Guys Seen on another great animated show I love, and I think you guys would love too. And what other show could be any better to talk about than the amazing and most eye-catching of a show, Kipo and the Age of Wonderbeasts from DreamWorks Animation. Can we just take a moment of appreciation for DreamWorks Animation releasing multiple bangers of story-driven animated series over the past few years?
Keep it up!
Okay. If you didn't know about it before, Kipo and the Age of Wonderbeasts is a 2D animated show created by Radford Seacrest and produced by DreamWorks Animation. Kipo first premiered on Netflix in January 20th, 2020, but the show's actual creation goes way back to 2015, when Radford first created Kipo as a comic during his time working on another certain big project as a story artist for DreamWorks Studios. I tried to find out if the full comic is available to read, but it seems there's only a few pages out right now. But the few pages that are available on the creator's DeviantArt page are very cool to look at. I recommend checking it out. DreamWorks picked up the story not too long after seeing his comic and got to work on producing episodes. The animation was done by Studio Mir, a studio that's done many other American animated series, such as The Legend of Korra, Voltron, and even the 4th season of The Boondocks. The plot of Kipo and the Age of Wonderbeasts follows the life of, surprise surprise, Kipo, a wide-eyed optimistic girl fresh out of the burrow after being separated from her father during an attack, and needs to find a way back through a 200-year-old post-apocalyptic wasteland full of humans, mutant talking animals, and giant mutes. Along the way, Kipo befriends Wolf, Mondu, Benson, and Dave, who all help her find her way back to her burrow. Throughout the 10 episodes that Kipo travels through the surface world, we get to see many creative and interesting characters show up that really liven up the scenes they show up in. A lot of the mutes that show up in this show are mostly seen in their own unique outfits, making you want to learn more about who these side characters are and what their stories are going to be. Another promising feature of the show is the music, which was composed from just one person, mind you. The music in this show is wonderful, and I would say that the music mostly consists of the pop and R&B kind of genre, as opposed to the more cinematic or dramatic kind of music that's usually used in adventure shows. It's a really refreshing touch to see this kind of music, and does a good job at getting you excited for what's unfolding next on screen. As for what actually happens on screen this season, let's dive a little deeper into just what happens in Kipo and the Age of Wonderbeasts. By the way, before we start, I am aware that the release of this video is when Season 2 will have been just released. In this video, I'm only covering Season 1, but if this video does well enough, let's say 100 likes, then I'll get right to work on Part 2 of this review. We'll see what happens. But for now, the plot. The story starts when Kipo, the main character, gets separated from her burrow after a mega beast attacked it, And we get to see the aftermath of a 200-year post-surface world as she looks around the empty buildings for her way back home. And finds this little fella.
My father teaches there. Kipo, how many light years are in a parsec?
Do I look like...
Kipo meets Wolf, and Wolf agrees to take Kipo back to her burrow after seeing her survival skills. And, that's a nice wolf pelt and all, but does that mean Wolf actually killed and skinned a mute wolf and then wore its skin as an accessory? Whoa. Plus, Wolf gets the award for the coolest weapon in this show. Benson and Dave are introduced, and Benson has a great taste in music. We find out Dave can grow in age cycles at what seems like random. But if he can change and age constantly, then what age is he really? And does he even age? Also, Dave and Benson have a perfect chemistry, which really makes you believe that they're good friends.
I just don't understand how these two con artists got past my...
Anyways, the five of them group up to find Kipo's burrow, with Kipo promising Benson and Dave a place to stay. Cats are already scary enough without axes and human clothes, thank you very much. They use this one animation technique I adore that's also used in Chowder for clothes that make the pattern stay in place while on a different layer from the other animation. Extra points for whoever can do me a solid and tell me what the name of this animation technique is. The group gets caught by a bunch of Timbercat mutes after Kipo tries to befriend them. They find out their leader Yum Yum Hammerpaw got stuck up a tree, but none of the other Timbercats will go up there to get him because they're too scared and they're all just a bunch of puss. Kipo climbs up the treetops to reunite Yum Yum with his Timbercats and makes a new friend. Or a couple. The Timbercats team up with Kipo and company to find the Megamute that took their scratching tree and attacked Kipo's burrow. The group gets separated from the cats when the snakes confront them for coming on their turf, and Kipo has to shred some sick strings in order to save her friends from the snakes. Oh yeah! The Timbercats get their tree back after fighting a 6-armed Megamute under some strange kind of mind control device, and the cats make amends with the snakes. Jamak, the frog that's been chasing the group since the first episode, gets the can from his frog boss for not being able to catch the burrow girl. This poor frogman is at the lowest he's been in his life. And he's out for revenge. The group has to form a pact to get into the observatory run by intellectual, science-loving wolves, so Kipo can find out where her burrow family went off to. And unsurprisingly, Wolf gets hesitant about the plan.
Territory.
Which is bad?
Nah, they just look at stars and talk about math all day. They're a bunch of dweebs.
They're dangerous. Wolves are predators, every one of them.
Well, there's something you need to know, and that is I'm Chris Hansen, and this is an investigation called Hansen versus Predator.
After they finish practicing being in a pack, Wolf has to change up her name and identity since she's literally wearing somebody's corpse. I mean, I don't think I can get over this one, you guys. That's like if a mutant wore a human suit and was walking towards you with a scary pointy weapon that could knock you out. I would run. And I know you would run too. Don't lie to me. Scarleman shows up on screen for the first time, and he truly lives up to his role as being a very terrifying villain. Like, very, very terrifying. We find out that it's Kipo's 13th birthday and Wolf's first birthday, so they all split up to go look for gifts for the birthday twins.
By the way, I like things that are purple. And board games. Good luck!
Well, she's just gonna fall in love with 30 Seconds, the board game then. Benson takes Kipo to Ratland, which is a beautiful safe haven and another great flex from this studio showing off their beautiful world building and art. Ugh, Ratland looks so fun to be at. I just want to go there so badly. I just want to be a little rat and go to Ratland. With all this PG-13 bonding going on, Kipo grows enough courage to tell Benson she has feelings for him. But Benson doesn't feel the same way because
I'm gay.
at first, Kipo's a little embarrassed for not being able to tell he's not interested in her, but in the end they come out closer, with her telling him that she's glad they're only friends. I was really impressed with how this show decided to go about with revealing Benson's gay. This goes to show you that you don't need some big drawn out story arc to reveal that your character is gay. Being gay is a part of your character's personality. It doesn't define your character's personality. Just like any other straight character you would write. We need more good representation for the LGBTQ community out there that are like Benson. A water bear that goes by Mulholland takes control of the group's best dreams so he can steal their life force. And throughout their dreams, we learn more information about Kipo's ability to turn into a furry she learned about a couple episodes back. After searching for more clues on where the next burrow is, a bunch of fitness raccoons, as the Netflix description says, helps them look around. Just a bunch of friendly, upbeat, mute raccoons who in no way could be hiding anything. Wolf finds out about Kipo's arm and gets mad and storms off. And we find out that Wolf has some serious trust issues from her past that she needs to deal with on her own. And with Benson. Meanwhile, the search is on, and every mute around is looking for Kipo and the rest of the humans, including Jamak. Also, if Jamak isn't at least your first or second choice as the coolest character in this show, then this scene will change your mind for the better good the moment you see it. And finally, for the finale of Season 1, Kipo and the others finally find the new burrow. But the feeling's short-lived, as Scarlemagne shows up and everyone fights to keep him away. Including Dave, who was able to use the super muscular part of his age cycle to help out. For, like, a good 5 seconds, but hey, at least it's progress, right? Towards the end, Kipo gets carried away by flamingos while trying to rescue her father from the clutches of Scarlemagne. And for a second, it seems like all was really lost. But then, all of a sudden, Kipo flies back down on a flamingo with a determined look on her face telling them that they're going after them, leaving the end of the first season on a very exciting note. Kipo and the Age of Wonderbeasts is a series following Kipo's journey as she travels through a post-apocalyptic surface world, trying to get back to her burrow. With every episode you watch of Kipo, you'll become more and more invested in the world Kipo explores throughout her journey. This show is very successful at grabbing the audience's attention on multiple levels. You can just see how much work they put into the character design from every single talking mute that's shown up on screen so far. Every single mute that's shown up on Season 1 has their very own outfits depending on the animal or group they belong with. For example, Jamak wearing the classy suit and tie because he belonged to the Frog Mafia, or the Timbercats with their plaid shirts and beanies. It really helps to improve the impression that this is a real world to them and fleshes out the characters to be more than just background props. Another thing that's great in this series is the music. The music in this show is probably what drives this series apart from most fantasy/sci-fi animation out there right now. Kipo tries to be different, with its music being in the more pop, R&B, electronic kind of genre, and it works out pretty well, with almost every scene that contains music having the perfect amount of energy and suspensefulness. In the scenes where action is involved, They keep a really good balance between comedy and action, and the story's progression doesn't feel like it's pacing too fast or too slow. Kipo and the Age of Wonderbeasts is a great show that has many interesting characters, great music, and a creative world you'd want to get lost in. And personally, I'm excited to see more of this kind of story-driven animation show up in more mainstream media. Thank you guys so much for watching. That's the end of this video, but I'd love to hear you guys' thoughts on this show. Do you guys feel the same way about Kipo or not? Or, if you guys haven't seen Kipo yet, tell me if this video convinced you or anything. I'd love to be responsible for helping introduce someone to a great show. Also, don't forget to like the video if you want me to cover season 2. Other than that, yeah, all my social medias are linked down in the description down below, and I hope you guys have a great day, and see you guys next week. Bye!